told black people they could wear wigs? I don't remember that being a part of the culture. Because apparently when white people, Spanish people, any type of person wears braids, it's a bad thing. But y'all can wear wigs. Y'all could look like a white bitch. Okay. Who told y'all could wear contacts? Okay. Who told you could wear a nose ring? Okay. Don't think that's part of the culture, but okay.
I know you thought you ate. I know you thought you ate. I know you thought you was bringing something and you were just going to educate us black women. But honey, you did the opposite. Wigs are not a cultural thing. It has been worn by humans throughout time. Body modification, such as piercings, is not a white thing. Educate yourself, because when you added contacts, you looked even more ridiculous. Give me that plate.
You black women get wigs to have straight hair and have hair like white/Latino women, but you don't see us pressing y'all about it, so why is it a problem? Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. But first, we have to start with education. Education, say it with me. EDUCATION. Yes, the difference between race and ethnicity. Black Latinas exist. White Latinas exist. Because Latina is not a race. I know. Curly hair Latinas exist. Straight hair Latinas exist. Because Latina is not a race. And guess what? I'm going to throw in bonus information. Wigs are predominantly made from Asian hair. Asian, including South Asian, because Asian is a race. Yay! So please read a book and then come back. Yay!
Yo, one thing I realized about being a beautiful black woman is people be so mad that I'm confident and I'm pretty. Like, people be so pissed. Like, it's like they try to find problems with you. Or if you go in certain rooms and you're talking to somebody, they act like they don't hear you, or they act like they're not paying attention to you. Or they try to find problems with you or try to disagree with you for no reason just because I'm beautiful. Like, I feel like it's so crazy. Like, when you're a beautiful black woman with pretty privilege, people be so upset because they're like, how dare you be pretty? How dare you be confident? How dare you be stunning? And babe, I've been stunning, been beautiful, been gorgeous. You get what I'm saying? And people always try to humble me, but you can never humble me. My ego is high. My self-esteem is high. My self-love is high. And you can never drag me down to your level. And that's on period.
The first question here is, who told you you can pop nose in black people's business? Because that is the problem that you people have. You love to pop nose. You love to talk about black people, but you don't want black people to talk about you. The only time you want black people to talk about you is when you want them for solidarity. You want black people to come or support you, raise hand for you, blah, blah, blah. And
Okay, my turn. Something that I'm not afraid to admit as a Latina is that a lot of non-Black Latinas will not only speak over Black women, but will also insert themselves in conversations and try to make them about themselves.
You are just goals for so many young Black women who just look up to
so many
you.
women.
So many women. Yeah, for women too, but for Black women, we need...
That's just Gina Rodriguez being Gina Rodriguez. We know that Black women give you heebie-jeebies. Anyway, she then goes on and contradicts herself.
I got into the arts so that I can hopefully create a path to have a reflection for our community, for Latinos, you know?
I thought we were talking about all women. Now, this next clip of J-Lo isn't as obvious, but I'll give context after.
It is just the norm,
Yeah, for sure.
when you no longer need to ask that question.
Right. Yeah. I think when I first started, one of the things that I wanted to do, because I was Puerto Rican, Latina.
Lupita Nyong'o is saying that it's basically really trendy right now to work with underrepresented communities, and she's sharing her experience as a Black woman. And immediately after, JLo has to bring up the fact that she's Puerto Rican, that she's Latina. Do you think that she knows that Lupita Nyong'o was born in Mexico and speaks fluent Spanish? And my last example is none other than Salma Hayek. Unfortunately, there is no video or recording of this conversation, but it's arguably the worst one. She basically got into a heated discussion with Jessica Williams and says a bunch of crazy shit like, who are you when you're not Black and you're not a woman? Who are you? What have you got to give? So when you say women of color, Jessica, do you mind if I look into your eyes? And I interrupt because I feel misunderstood. It's not shutting you up. I feel misunderstood at one point. We should also be curious about our brain. By being the best that you can be. That's what I was trying to say to you. Let's not spend all the time in the anger, but in the investigation. And finally, baby, I'm Mexican and Arab. I'm from another generation, baby, when this was not even a possibility. Latino women were not even anywhere near where you guys were. You should read the full conversation. It's pretty gross. Not only does she refer to a grown woman in front of other working professionals as baby multiple times, she speaks for her, she shuts her down, she talks about her experience as a Mexican and Arab woman, and refers to the angry Black woman trope. And Salma Hayek, you're a hypocrite.
¿Será por el hecho también de ser mujer que afecta un poco
Probablemente.
No, yo creo que es diferente para ellos los españoles que los latinoamericanos.
It's not nice when other people try speaking for you, right?
So we just gonna keep letting these palm-colored Latino women cosplay as Black women? We know it's not a proximity thing, and even if it was, I don't think that's an excuse, but they don't behave like the Black women from their countries. They're behaving like Black American women. Because let a Haitian woman cross the border to the DR, and let's see how those same women who are cosplaying treat her. Let her make it to Boricua, and let's see how those same women treat her. They make their way to the States, and all of a sudden they change their hairstyles, their clothing, and they just decide to partake in all of these cultural markers that are specific to Black American women. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, they're just appreciating the culture. It's not appreciation if you do not acknowledge systemic racism. It's appropriation because it's not mutual. Black women don't benefit from it at all, but they benefit greatly. And they benefit greatly because when they are cosplaying Black culture, and they exaggerate it too, because these women say the N-word way more than I do, way more than me and all my Black homegirls. But they actually benefit from these kind of things. They get job offers, they get famous, they get opportunities. They are uplifted in Black spaces where that same Black woman who truly acts like that, that's her culture, that's her hair, that's her style, she's actually demonized and ridiculed for that same behavior. And yes, I believe it's super intentional, and I believe that they're super aware of what they're doing. And it's super gaslighting because I know they know what they're doing, and they think that they can just come back at us with, I'm Puerto Rican, but I'm Dominican, but I'm Colombian, okay? And y'all treat Black folks like ish over there. And y'all come over here and still treat them like ish. But just because you enjoy Black culture and found a little lane that you can monetize and take advantage of, you think that we all of a sudden don't know the difference between nationality, ethnicity, and race? And by the way, the N-word derived from the Latin word. I'm not going to say it. That means Black. Then developed into Negro, and in the 19th century became a slur. So you guys are very aware about how hurtful it is. And if Black Americans decide to reverse the word and make it their own, a part of their culture, you're not included. You're not included. Blackness is not something that you can churn on and off. And once they got to use everything they needed from Blackness, right? The culture, the people, once they got to pick everything up so comfortably as well, right? Because the Black folks also be real nice to them. That's another video. See, this is why I subscribe to gatekeeping, because look what happens. We allowed JLo to do this in the 90s. Allow her to say the N-word. She's from the Bronx, they said. And then she's cosplaying as black women, using black culture, black music, you know. She even used the black woman's vocal and pretended they were hers, Ashanti. And then she's posturing next to black people who are very successful. And then the minute that she gets entry into palm-colored spaces, she don't know them folks anymore. She will never admit that she got her start from black folks, Wayne family, doing background dancing in living color. She'll never admit that. And now, a quarter century later, we got a lineup of all these women doing the J-Lo special, doing the same damn thing. Do they pour anything back to the black community? Do they be like, okay, I made it to this high level now. I'm going to pour back into the community that gave so much to me? No. Instead, they don't look back. They act like they don't even remember that phase in their life. And they'll probably even vote for Trump. Interesting. Excuse me, thank you.
Colorism and anti-blackness is rampant in the Latino community, and this account that I'm about to show you is a great example of it, because their entire account is, just watch. And it keeps going. That doesn't even make sense. That's weird. It keeps going. That looks delicious. They're getting more and more followers and getting thousands and thousands of views. Qué vergüenza y qué barbaridad. In the comment section, you will find a good amount of people that are calling them out, and how accounts like those can exist without problems, while accounts like mine and my homies keep getting attacked and suppressed is wild. There was a set number of people on that account leaving comments in full agreement, and some of those folks, esa gente sin vergüenza, are going to pop up on this comment section as well to say that there is some truth to that. There isn't. And I could talk about the history of the caste system here, how historically there has always been an attack on people with darker complexion, but I'm gonna save that for another video. All I'm gonna say here is that you can be proud of your culture, you can uplift yourself without putting other people down. And if you support any of the commentary that was made here, or you're the person that made this, eres una vergüenza, do better. I have so much more to say, familia, but I'm gonna stop right here. What do you all think about this? Honestly, this is so bad. Parece que ni siquiera saben que we have black people in our own communities. Wild.
As a black woman, the most dangerous thing you can do is not live up to the expectations of society. And when I say this, I mean, if you are an educated black woman, if you're a dark-skinned black woman, plus-size black woman, if you have Afrocentric features and you are smart, intelligent, funny, kind, that, when I tell you, that grinds people's gears. It gets people to levels of jealousy and hate that literally make no sense. For you as a black woman to have standards, for you as a black woman to be the most well-spoken person in a room, for you as a black woman to be the most talented person in a room, it is quite literally dangerous. They will literally call you stuck up. They will say that you think that you're better than them. They will say that you think that you're somebody. They will say that you're too bougie. They will say that you are too uppity. They will have every single negative connotation about you, and they will call you every single thing in the book except a child of God, simply because you do not live up to the expectations that they have for you. Because if we're being honest, the expectations that they have for black women is what? That we're going to be uneducated, loud, that we're going to be, in their terms, ghetto, that we're going to be baby mamas, that we're going to be single moms. So if you break that mold, I am telling you, it is quite literally dangerous. But as a black woman, it is your prerogative to continue to break that mold. Do not let these people intimidate you from shining.
I have a theory about why black women and white women are having such a hard time getting along, and it starts with a story. When I first started teaching, I was in a teacher training program with 3 other women. 2 of them were black and 1 of them was Indian, and we started teaching at the same school, the same grade, at the same time. One of these women, a black woman, completely excelled. She did so much better than I did at literally everything. Classroom management, her test scores were high. She was excellent at literally everything. And something about her excellence didn't sit right with me. I just didn't feel good about it, and I couldn't figure out why I didn't feel good about it. It was internalized racism, but I didn't know that yet. So I had to sit with this idea of her being better than me and trying to figure out why it didn't feel good and feel comfortable for me. And of course, at the time, I didn't know that I needed to do the work of anti-racism, so I didn't think it was possibly because I could have internalized racism. I had to do a lot of study and thought about myself and what could possibly be making me feel this way about this woman. And here's what I discovered. Most of the media that I had consumed up to that point in my life had white people as the central characters. And the shows and other media that I consumed that had white women at the central characters often had black women as the side characters. These black women's role in these movies was to assist the white women, support the white women, advise the white women, but never to rise above the white women. Even shows that were about black women, like The Help, had white women as the central character and the black women as supporting characters. So I internalized the idea that black women were there to support me and to advise me, but not to rise above or become better than me. And that's why when this black teacher was way better and more talented than me, I felt some kind of way about it. Now, I'd imagine lots and lots more white women have also internalized the same idea, and that's why they feel okay stealing black women's content and not giving them any credit, because the black women are just there to advise them anyway. But most black women are natural leaders. Society has forced them to become leaders. And so we need to step aside and let them lead. Even if it means checking our privilege and letting them lead us.
The most exhausting aspect of life as a black woman is the way people try so hard to humble you when you don't embody struggle. It's like if you appear to be too financially stable, educated, attractive, successful, emotionally regulated, or even at peace, it makes people uncomfortable because it doesn't fit the narrative that they expect from you. It always seems like people are comfortable witnessing your survival, but not your ease. And when black women appear to be thriving, there always has to be something that we're not saying. We have to be in credit card debt. We have to be relying on a man. There's some underlying struggle that could explain how you are blessed with the things that you are blessed with. For example, I just saw a video of a black woman getting a brand new car, and she's excited. She's sharing her car because she's proud of her accomplishment. Here's the comments. I would never spend that much on a car. Going in debt for a car is crazy. I know your bill is high. I know your monthly payment is high. I know your insurance is high. And it's like, why when black women display their accomplishments, there's always pushback like that? You get a Chanel bag. Oh, I know that's on your credit card. Oh, credit card debt for a bag is crazy. Oh, we need to use that money to invest in land or a house. And it's like, how do you know that she doesn't have land or a house and she's getting a Chanel bag? Why is it when it comes to black women, that's always the go-to? And I think that we face a unique double standard because these qualities that are displayed in other races and other women are praised. They're confident, they have boundaries, they're self-assured, they're ambitious. But when black women display these same traits, the response is completely different. It's interpreted in a negative way. We're arrogant, we're bougie, we're show-offs, we're too high maintenance. We're living above our means, we're bad with money. We expect too much. And I hate it so much because most of the time that comes from other black people. Like I've always seen, even in my own family and my own close circle, I've experienced these kind of microaggressions and these kind of things that seem like somebody is threatened by my success or the things that I have or my relationship. And people feel the need to bring you back down to earth when you're not even displaying any superiority. You're simply just existing in the way that you exist, and you're living your life in the way you want to live your life. Success truly exposes other people's insecurities, and it's even worse when you are a black woman because we're supposed to struggle. We're supposed to have struggle love. We're supposed to be resilient. We're supposed to prove that we're worth things. And it seems like every black woman has to have a story of resilience for their success to be accepted. There has to be some hardship that was overcame. But a black woman who doesn't seem burdened by hardships and struggles, people seem uneasy with her success. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Like we can accept you overcoming obstacles, but we can't accept you thriving with ease. We can't accept you having a soft, easy life unapologetically. And honestly, it's not even just success, just being happy, just being a happy, bubbly Black woman, just being a easygoing, carefree, soft Black woman. It's just so frustrating to me, and it's truly annoying and unnecessary that Black women feel like they have to constantly emphasize their struggles for their success to be accepted. And we're supposed to just smile and accept it and move on like that's normal, because it's not normal.
People get intimidated by a Black woman, or they subconsciously hate to see a Black woman thriving, and the first thing that they do is try to make her an oppressor. I've noticed a trend where people get uncomfortable by the existence of a Black woman, and in order to bring her down, they try to make her into the bad guy. At this point, the world is well aware of misogynoir. It's well aware of the double axis along which Black women are oppressed. Because people like to play this game of oppression Olympics, they try to get to the finish line first. And you're going to find a way to call a Black woman a TERF, or if she's straight, you're going to find a way to call her homophobic. And if neither of those work, you're going to find a way to call her anti-Semitic. People try to find pockets of oppression where Black women don't cleanly fit within and see if they can get her. It's a very sinister practice of trying to catch a Black woman out. And more importantly, people try and use this as a way of saying that the Black woman is not as oppressed as the world says she is. Because look, this oppressed person is being oppressive. It's like the existence of a Black woman as belonging to an oppressed group acts as a beacon for people to try and catch her out first.
And the first thing he says when he sees me is, "You don't sound Black on the phone at all." And I am immediately taken aback. And I'm so grateful in that moment for, I think, just practice and having years at that point of experience in the corporate workplace and navigating kind of curious situations, because I knew I had two choices. I can let this person pull me off my game, pull me out of my integrity, and like kind of spiral out, or I can take control of the situation and respond in a way that this person does not expect. So I went ahead and conducted the meeting, and I delivered my sales presentation exactly the way that he, would have, I think probably not expected me to, but exactly the way that I would have if it were a normal client experience. Like I had, again, years and years of experience in sales and client meetings, delivering presentations, things like that. And so despite the shock and, kind of, you've got to be kidding me moment, like you've got to be kidding me that I'm like navigating under the surface, I continue, to just kind of move forward. But I did make a decision. It did not matter what this man said. I was not helping him. My company was not helping him. We were not going to sign him as a client. Like, that was my power move, because I was like, I know we have a service his company needs. I know that he wants to do business with us. This meeting feels a lot like a formality. But I knew I was going to turn him down, and that's exactly what I did. I wrapped up the meeting, and I said, he was ready to do business with us, and I said, well, thank you so much for the time. Unfortunately, it's clear that our values don't align. And he was very taken aback. Like, who are you to tell me no? Aaron, I see you. I see you.
Okay, so I'm a big story person. This is, obviously the way we do things over here. So I love a story. Now I just need you to roll back a minute and set the tone. Okay, so you walk in, you see the receptionist. Did he come out and greet you? Did he have a look of shock on his face? I mean, he said what he was thinking.
Yes, so I walk back to his office. She leads me back, and he opens the door. And as he's opening the door, there's a clear look of shock on his face. And I'm thinking, you didn't check LinkedIn. This is just what you do. Yeah. And of course, me being in B2B sales, I've also checked your website. I know who you are. And I would expect, usually, the people that I'm meeting with to have done the same.
You did the ultimate power move. We love that, because so often Black women were confronted with just foolishness all the way around. And there really is no move for us to make. We don't have the power to make these moves to shut it down.
Absolutely. He was like, well, what do you mean? I mean, you initially asked for this meeting, which was true. I thought this was going to be a great organization that we could sell something to, like sell my product to. I like to make money. That is the job. In this role, I sold over $1 million in consulting services. So like I wanted to make the sale. But having that meeting with him, it was very clear that he wasn't a good fit. And here's what I'll say about that. One of the reasons I felt empowered to tell him, no, this isn't a good fit. And I admittedly, he didn't have a full-on meltdown. There was no yelling. There was no it was just a disgust almost of I'm not getting what I want. And I showed myself out.
So when he said, why not? Or why? What did you say? Exactly. Other than, did you tell him it was because of that inappropriate remark you made? Did you say that?
I didn't have to. I think he knew.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so when I said, I don't think our values align, we held eye contact. And he said, eyes were wide. Okay. And at that moment, I said, wow, with a smile and a slight tilt of the head, I'm going to show myself out. I went out to a meeting with a CEO, and we had only communicated over the phone and over email. And, I'm, waiting in his office. I do all of the normal business development things, and I'm super polished, super profesh. This is my job. I close deals. I go in, I get business. That's the role. And the receptionist brings me back to the CEO's office.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys literally enjoyed every single clip I was able to roll out for you guys. And obviously,